Hello friends, hola amigos, today I'm going to show you this 70mm A200 dual recording dashcam. Welcome to this new video. So before we start, I have to say that 70mm sent me the dashcam to show on my channel. But as always, I give you my honest opinion. So first we check the box, do the unboxing, we'll look at the product in detail, and then we'll do the installation in the car. And then I will share some live footage from daytime and nighttime and will compare it to my A500S dual recording dashcam. So first the box, as you can see, this feels like a high quality product. See some specifics here. Now this A200 dashcam is a dual recording, so it comes with, so you can install it with a rear cam as well. This dashcam is one of the lower priced models with an own screen, and it comes officially for the dashcam only for €100. But at AliExpress you almost always have some action. The dashcam only comes from €62. When you add the hardwire kit you pay €15 more. When you want to have the front and rear cam, €85. And if you buy this set and you add a little memory card from them as well, it costs you about €100. The SD card that is sent is a EJ64. It's a Chinese brand, but the benchmark tests are okay. Now the dashcam records at high definition, 1080 pixels in HDR. Now the field of view is at 130 degrees, so that's good for 3 lanes. This model doesn't have GPS, so it films, it records, but you can't add your speed or location to it. And for the night vision, they have their night owl vision, as they call it. So the image sensor on this dashcam is a GC2093 for the front camera and a GC2053 for the rear cam. And the aperture is f2.0. Now let's see what's in the box. In the first envelope we have the electric static stickers. So the idea is that you stick this little piece of plastic on your windshield. So the rectangular one is for the back and the circular one is for the front. You can see that I have 2 of both, so that is really nice. And due to electrostatic forces it will hold by itself. And on top you will stick the double side tape, and on this tape comes the mount. So this way you won't damage your windshield. You can easily peel it off. And I once had to replace my windshield and I simply pulled this off, put it directly in a clean plastic bag, and when I took it out I could stick it easily back on the windshield again. And the small sticker is for the back, of course. So you can see you have the places really well lined out, so that is easy to use. And the instructions on the sheet are clear as well. And over here we have the power adapter and the powering tool. It comes with a normal USB-A cigarette lighter. The little prying tool in order to hide the cable. Now we have one cable to connect the dash cam to the power source, and then we have the longer cable that connects the rear cam to the dash cam. Then we have the rear cam itself. You can see it will stick on the windshield like this, and then you can still turn it in order to adjust to the right angle. And then we have the dash cam itself. So it isn't really big. You can see this stick on the windshield, and here as well you can adjust the angle. There's a little status light, all black with like dark gray anthracite camera. Here you have your power, here you have your rear cam, and here you have your SD card slot. And for the buttons, the big one is the power button, and then you have the buttons to navigate through the menus. So with this setup, you only have recording when driving, so the camera will activate automatically as soon as you unlock the car, and it will turn off when you lock the car, and in the menus you can set how many times after locking the car that should be. You can also opt for the hardwire kit, and when you use the hardwire kit, the camera gets power to record when driving, but it also gets power to stay in a parking mode, and this standby mode is where it records as soon as the car senses G-forces. So when somebody hit the car, you have it on film. That's the parking surveillance mode. You can also film in time lapse, and then it will film all the time, but you can see it in videos with high speed. In time lapse you only have the front camera. In parking surveillance you have front and back in the same time. And last but not least, we have this little cover. And there you go. So this is to be able to remove the dash cam if needed. So it holds up on the car like this. And if you push it upwards, you can remove the camera, because in certain countries it is prohibited to drive with a dash cam. So now that's it for the dash cam itself. Let's go to the car and do the installation. Now for the installation in the car, as you can see, I already have my A500S camera in the front and another one in the back, and the cables are all well hidden. So I will share the footage of the installation of that dashcam in this video, as it is exactly the same. So the idea is to install it in a place where it isn't too much inside, but where you still have a great view. My last dashcam was installed a little bit more downwards, and on videos you could clearly see this part. I will have to check if I will put it just on top of here. This way I can still clearly see this screen, use the buttons, and the camera should film just beside of the dots. Another option could be here, just behind the rear mirror, but there it could be a little bit more tricky to see the screen if you don't move the mirror first. Another option could be on the other side, but it won't be that easy to manipulate the dashcam when you're driving. And another option could be down here, but I think it's too prominent. But most important, connect your dashcam first, see the image on your phone. This way you can see if the dashcam viewing angle is really great or not. So let's do so. And you can see it is recording directly. So now let's search for a good place. So here the windshield is a little bit angled, so I especially have the left side. If I try it here, I will get a better angle of the whole front. But let me check if I still can place the rear mirror as it should. Maybe it will be wiser to place it a little bit lower then. So I'll place it right over here. So the nice thing about this sticker is you have this dotted area. Placing it up here, I can use the dots to align them with the sticker, so it should be perfectly straight. Now the second step to install the camera itself. Remove the sticker folio. And that's what it looks like when using it, and this is what it looks like when you're driving and you have your rear view mirror just in front. So in the back I have quite some space between the window and the roof liner. So I think I will guide the cable behind this plastic part and then go down through this cable protector, this grommet, and then I'm into the car. So I think the camera is somewhere in the middle right here. Just be careful that you don't film the line just in the middle of your image. For that you could connect the camera and check. But it mentions also that you can't disconnect or connect your camera while it's on. So it just told me that it connected a rear camera. So let's switch to that view. And it is hard to see in this image, but the rear view is fine. I don't see any lines, so I could use this reference. So the electrostatic sticker is installed, the camera is sticked on top of it, and now I'm going to hide this cable, remove this grommet, remove this rubber seal, and then you can slide your hand just between, and if you look here, there is a hole just down there that you can reach from inside. So I guided the cable from here, retrieved it in the hole, and then guided through this rubber grommet. Really hard because it just fits with a stick connector, but with a little guiding cable I managed to do so after all. Now I'm going to do the same thing over here. So attach this connector to this cable and guide it through here. So I just pull really hard on this one, and then you have access and you can feed the cable through. Now I can connect it together and close everything up here, and now I can guide the cable into the car. So logically you have two solutions. One solution is that you go down here and you go up to the front again. The other solution is that you follow the roof up to here. So just follow the roof liner, and that is really easy to do. You just tuck it in like this where needed. Like here you can use the little tool they provide to tuck the cable well in, and then you follow the way up to the front. So the installation is complete. From there it goes into the ceiling, through the grommet it comes back in the interior of the car, and the cable is guided all the way here. Really easy to do so. It follows the liner, the rubber seal, and there it goes up. It follows the liner to the dash cam. There was a little bit too much cable, so I folded it back to the left and back to the right 3 times. There's enough space to hide the cable. And then the cable of the main dash cam is going up there behind this plastic cover, and it follows the ceiling over here on the A pillar, and it follows the rubber seal over there. You can still see it a little bit here. just on the side behind this panel. There you can still see it a little bit. And then behind this panel, behind the carpet, and then behind that panel, and comes back to the power socket. So that's one way. You could eventually also use the power socket that's in here, and therefore you don't go downwards but you follow the liner up to here, then you go down, and here you guide the cable behind the seat, and then you can pass it behind this felt cover and go into the center console. That's the way if you want to use the plug and play cables. Now I will show you the hardwire solution. So now we're going to hardwire the dashcam. For this I bought this additional hardwire kit. It comes with 3 really small cables, one for the ground, one for the continuous power, and one for the accessory. So this one is switched and this one is continuous. So I attached this little ring to it to attach it to the ground, and I add these to add a circuit. So you can see you have to use this size of fuse, which is micro, and I ordered additional fuses as well. The fuse panel. And there it is, the fuse panel. So of course, technically you could use every fuse you want, but it is wise to see into your fuse panel and make sure that you use a fuse that is safe to use. Earlier I made a special video about the fuses and which one is safe to use. Here you can see that video. And in that video I also share this little schema. In the schema you can see in detail what fuses is used for what and which one is safe to use or not. So you have to look to it like this. And you can see the extended storage here. That is this big white button. And in the schema you will discover that the whole lower row is blue, and that means that it is continuous, and the upper row is almost all yellow, and that means that it is switched. So for the ground I can use this bolt, and now I have to look for 2 good places for my continuous power and my switched power. So in the schema you can see that there are also some spare fuses. Those aren't used yet, so those are of course safe to use. I have place here to put it on as well, so the 10 amperes could be a great one to use. And for the switched one I can use the stick lighter in the front and the power socket. So the power socket, the second one, so the second one here, that's the power socket that is in the front. I will use that as well. You should know that there is a position in which they should be placed. So let's measure my continuous first. I will use the multimeter. I attach the black wire onto the metal part. I will switch the car on. And now let's put the multimeter on 20. And in the fuse we're going to look for what is the switch side and which one is the draw side. So when I touch in the lower part I can see that I have almost 12 volts, and when I touch in the upper part like this I have 0 volt. So now let's do the same thing for the upper fuse. There you go. So there as well, it is the lower part that gets the 12 volt. So why is the position important? So the power comes in from the lower part, goes through one fuse and back to the circuit, or it goes in and goes to the second added circuit. If you put the added circuit piggyback the wrong way in, the power will always go through both fuses, and if there's something going wrong, you will blow both fuses as well. Here's my continuous fuse, there's my accessory fuse. I hide the cables over here with a little bit protection tape so it doesn't rub onto this metal part. There's my ground, and here I hide the little hardwire box well tucked away so it doesn't rattle. And now I'm going to feed the cable behind this rubber seal up to the dashcam. So here it goes directly in, it follows the liner, and here you can just go down, and now I can tuck this cable away. And there it is, the cable, hide it. Everything still is really good accessible, nothing dangles around. Now for the comparison of both, I will install the A200 just over here. Now I did a really quick setup. You can see on the left, my original camera, and there the new one. I just guided the cables around there to be quick. They come over here, and here they go into my new dash cam. Now let's insert the SD card. Let's remove the protection tape as well. And now we're all ready to plug the USB cable in. Now, this you can do manually, but you can also do it after connecting to the application. It's as you like. So there's no parking surveillance cable. I just plugged it into the USB, but later on we will try it with my hardwire kit. I already downloaded the application, so I guess I will have to format the SD card first in my PC. Just for now I will insert my own SD card. I always have a spare one in the car. It isn't really large, but it's better than nothing. Now I have to format this memory card. There you go. And now it's recording like the other dash cam. I can turn the camera a little bit. We can start recording an emergency video. You can check the album. You can see both front and back. Now we go back to the main screen, and the last button is for the settings. So this is really great. They added more options. So here I can set the on or off tone. That is nice because I really think it's annoying to have those tunes for on and off. Then the button sounds is no problem. Audio recording, yes, I want to like audio recording as well. The speaker volume, I'll set it to low. So that option seems to mirror the rear cam. So now let's download the application and walk through all the options over there. Therefore we have to activate the hotspot as well. Just already do so. And now we can connect our telephone's Wi-Fi to the Wi-Fi hotspot 70Mi A200 9E83 with this password. Now let's go to the Wi-Fi settings, connect to the Dashcam, and now I'm connected to the Dashcam itself. Now let's go to the 70Mi app that I already downloaded. Okay, I see that my ProPlus has an upgrade, but let's skip this for now. Let's add a new Dashcam with screen. I connect to the hotspot. I have to confirm on the Dashcam itself. Okay. So now I see my image here. I can see the album. Don't remind me. Let's see the emergency video that I just made, the extended camera. So now I have all my settings again. So the encoding format, high compression, the resolution, Clip duration, I think 1 minute is just perfect. It makes downloading clips really easy and fast, where when you pick 3 minutes, downloading your clips will take forever. I would like to have 270 MAE logo. Remind that this device doesn't have GPS integrated, so you won't have your speed visible on the dashcam itself. Now, blink resistance for Europe, this is NTSC. Mirroring and rotation, so here you can see my rear cam. I can mirror it if I want, and I can also rotate the image if needed. Now I have my parking security. I don't have my hardwire kit connected yet, so I can't use these options right now. We will test this later on. Smart travel. So this is where you can set if it has to record emergency videos and the sensitivity of that. The power on off prompt tones. Speaker volumes. Ketone, record audio. Language. There are quite some languages integrated. The screensaver mode, so you can have your screen always on, you can turn it off, but the screensaver mode makes it show the time. And there we dive into the screensaver. Quite nice feature as well. Auto off when no movement persists. And here we can set our dashcam system time, so you can calibrate it with your telephone if you want. Date format, I like the European style, so day, month, year. And you have your reset options. So that is quite straightforward. We can toggle between the recording on or off, and we can make a picture if you want. Now I'll show you some footage while driving in daytime with cloudy weather. As you can see, it snows quite heavily here in Belgium. Now I'll show you some image while driving at nighttime. And I will show you some footage while driving on a sunny day, still with lovely views on the snowy fields. So I really love this region. And then I'll show the comparison between my normal dashcam and the A200. When we compare both dashcams side to side, we can see that the front dashcam is almost as good. The field of view isn't that bad and you can hardly see the difference. On the A200, the image is a little bit less bright, but still the license plates are still clearly visible. At nighttime the image is great as well. And from the back dashcam you can see no difference, I might say. If you're not looking for GPS tracking or driving aids, the A200 is just perfect for you. Now with that done, I can go into the menu, go to the parking surveillance option, collision detection on, sensitivity, let's put it on high, response immediately, and there you go. And time-lapse recording, let's do that as well. Okay, and now we're all set. Let's just check in the options. So it never stops, so that is good. So when I turn off the car, it will go into parking surveillance mode automatically, and then it will detect shocks and record the video, and the time-lapse mode will film, but only with the front camera time-lapse, so the accelerated images of what's happening here. Now with the parking surveillance on, you can also see the icon of the parking surveillance and the little time-lapse icon. Now here we see a parking surveillance video, and funny enough, the car wasn't shocked, but there is some movement in front of the car. You see the kids are playing in front. So I think it's a bug, but still quite handy to have everything that happens around your car. And here we can see a time-lapse video at nighttime, and you see the accelerated images of everything that happens in front of the car. I can switch to the rear cam here. I can activate an emergency video. I can go to the settings, and here I can visit the album, so I can see all videos that are my driving videos, but I can also see the emergency video. Now when we take a closer look at the SD card, you can see that every event has its dedicated folder, and every folder has its dedicated space, so the parking surveillance won't take any more space of your normal recordings. And with my 64 gigabyte SD card, I could record with dual recording for 5.5 hours. And when we look at the recordings themselves, you can see that they are clearly arranged with timestamps, and they end with a B for the rear cam and with a F for the front cam. So overall, this A200 dashcam is a really nice dashcam for those who want a simple setup, plug and play. The screen is big enough to see the images directly in the car, and still the dashcam itself is small enough to be discreetly mounted in the car itself. The SD card that came with it did work well after all, but you have to format it first yourself, so that's a little bit strange. But this said, this combination is really a nice dash cam if you don't want to break the bank and you still want to have a good quality dash cam. So let me know in the comments what you think about this dash cam. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the very next video. Bye bye.